Hello and welcome to Falcon BMS. In this video I'm going to demonstrate a quick startup, and this is not to be confused with some of the advanced startup tutorials available. I'm just going to go through enough of the controls in order to be able to get us airborne and have all our essential systems running. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to switch our parking brake to on, close our canopy and cycle our throttle and return it to idle. Go to the left panel and switch our engine fuel feed to normal, and go to our air source on the right hand side panel under the armrest for the stick and switch the air source to normal also. Going back over to the left hand side, switch the power button through battery to main power, and we can check that our two lights, the engine and the hydraulic pressure light, are on. So we're now ready to start our jet fuel starter, which helps to spool up our engines, and we do this by clicking on the jet start button just in front of the throttle, and we need to make sure the engine starts to spool, and it will come up to approximately between 20 and 30%. Once we've hit 20%, it should be spinning enough to be able to do a complete start. Okay, we're at 20% there, so we'll come back over, and the way I do the start here is to move my stick off idle, click the idle detent, depending on what buttons you have it mapped to, and then push the stick to 50%. Once I hear the engine starting to spool, I can check in the gauge, and now I can return my throttle to idle. So we can see the electrical systems have kicked in, and I'm going to switch our lights on, anti-collision, flash, and our master arm to normal. So once we have full power in our throttle, we can now commence our alignment, which is a good thing to do early because it takes some time, and we do this by clicking first of all the 6 buttons on the auxiliary, on the avionics panel, power panel, and then switching the INS to normal. We can check that this is working when we go up to the DED, and we can see the number is increasing, so the INS is counting down. Next we're going to load our data cartridge by coming over to the right MFCD. It can be done with either MFCD, and I'm going to choose just one of the master pages here, and I'm going to change the master mode page by clicking on it twice, and this gives us the master page of options that we can use for the master modes, and I'm going to choose the DTE. We've got an option to load here. Just click the load, and we can see we're cycling through all the systems which are being loaded through the data cartridge. Once that's done, I can now leave that page because we don't need that page as a master mode page, as a master menu page in flight. So I'm going to click on it once, and you can see all the pages which we can use in that position are highlighted or are available, and I'm going to click the source management page, and that's a good configuration. I'm going to return to the HSD as default, and we can see that there's no flight plan information on that page. Now we're going to start our communications, and we're going to come down to the communications panel by switching on 2 radios to boat and our comms 1 radio button, cycle it fully forward, comms 2 fully forward, missile launch warning, threat warning fully forward, and intercom. Although intercom is not animated, it still works. So coming back to the auxiliary comms panel, I'm going to switch the backup switch from backup to UFC, and then we're going to come back up to the front of the pit to our DED, and I'm going to thumb in the comms frequency. Click on the comms 1 button, and the frequency is 366.0366. Because there's no decimal point, we just put in the 4 digits as is, followed by enter. Now we should have communications with the tower.
11, tower. You're cleared for takeoff. Runway 14 left.
And you can hear the tower is communicating now with
Cowboy, 11, hold short.
with the flight that's just taken out, and it's asked us to hold short. So I'm going to test communications with the tower now. Tower request QFE.
Cowboy, 11, copy. Cowboy, 121 approach, 3044.
So I'm going to thumb that QFE into my altimeter. It's 3044. We can wind that up until the number reaches 30344. So you can see there it is. That's our correct QFE. And now I'm going to come over to the right sensors power button and switch on all the switches as we require them. DED to center, radio altimeter to barometric, altimeter to barometric, DPR to center. Okay, so that's all looking good. We can come back and check our INS and see how it's progressing by clicking on the list button followed by number 6, and we can see we're at 3.7. So there's a good bit of time left during alignment, and this time can be usefully employed setting up your stores configuration should that be required, and maybe go through some of the pre-planning issues with the rest of your flight. So I'm just going to check the warning panel here, and we can see that the seat arming is not activated, so we're going to arm the seat. And we've also got to now switch on our CMS system. We switch on the power button here on the left panel. Radar warning, chaff, flares, program to whatever we desire for the particular flight, and mode once again to whatever you require, changing it to semi-active. So that's pretty much most of the items that I want to go through set up. So we need to complete our alignment, and I'm going to just accelerate time a little bit in order to complete that process. It's going to go to approximately 8 minutes. Okay, I'll slow it down to normal now. Okay, we can see now we have the ready light flashing, telling us that we're aligned, and we're going to switch our alignment switch from normal to navigation. So there's some systems I haven't put in TACAN or ILS information here, and this could be done during the time that alignment is taking place. So I'm ready to go now. I'm going to request the tower to taxi. Tower request taxi.
Cowboy 11, ready for departure. Cowboy 11, taxi, runway 14 left. Hold short.
Tower remove chocks.
Cowboy 11, copy.
Okay, we're almost ready to go now. The last couple of things I need to do in the HUD is to switch on the HUD so we can see it, and also switch on nose wheel steering. And we're switch the parking brake to off, and we can start rolling. Okay, thank you very much for watching.